So today I want to talk to you about two kind of customers and two kind of different content and how you handle them. So when you're building your business, that's the first thing you should really understand. And this is something I find most people don't have an understanding of. And that's why they're lost in this maze. They don't understand what they're trying to sell, who they're trying to sell, and what is it that they need to create in order to make that sale happen. So in every business, I find generally there are two kind of customers. One, who's in an emotional buying state, and then there's the second person who is in a rational, more logical buying state. And what I find is that people who are in the emotional buying state, these are also the impulsive buyers. They're usually very good to sell products between $5 to $100, and rational people, people who are in the state of rational buying, are usually good to sell something from I don't know. I usually say between 3,000 to 200,000, because that's what I do. I have all my coaching packages in my last business started at 3,500 and went up to $200,000 a year, and people bought them like crazy every single year. So today I'm going to talk about these two people. I'm going to talk about these two different products and these two different content and how you create them and how you sell and make money from that. So let's start with the impulsive one. This is the most common one. Most people build their business around low-end product, low-end pricing product, and they're usually banking on impulsive product. These products are really good if, when people don't know you, you're someone new, they just came on your site and they don't necessarily want to risk $5, $10, $15, $20,000 on you because they don't know who you are. They don't have that same connection, same trust with you. So having a lower end actually reduces their risk, and most people don't care, right? If I buy a product and if I lose $20, who cares? It's not gonna kill me. So that's why it's really good when you're starting to have something like that. But the problem with that is if your whole business strategy revolves around selling low-end impulsive products, it's a lot of work and for very little money. So something that happens with people who are in this emotional state of buying, usually what happens is their frame of mind is they're having an immediate problem and they want a quick solution for that. So, my last business was in the dating industry. I quit that industry now since I got married. I just couldn't do it anymore. But anyway, so let's just take example of the dating industry for now. So there is some guy who liked a girl, or some woman liked a guy, and they couldn't, for some reason the date didn't happen, they couldn't get them, something bad happened. So they go home, they're feeling bad in that moment and they want to fix it. This is the night they're feeling a little depressed. They want to fix their dating life, so they say, what can I do? So they go and buy like 20 different products they can, because they tell themselves they're going to make a change in lifestyle, they're going to fix their dating life. Now, all of a sudden, they bought 20 different products because this was impulse, right? They're feeling like emotional pressure, they're feeling a lot of pressure, they're feeling overwhelmed, so they just thought, let me just buy some products to feel good. Now, they buy 20 different products, and all of a sudden, they feel, oh shit, I bought all these products, but I still don't feel good, because obviously, buying those products don't make them feel good. So many of them will then ask for a refund, because right now they're thinking, I was already feeling bad, now I also lost some money, now it makes me feel worse. So then by getting refund, they actually feel a little bit better about themselves. Okay, so not everybody will do that, but a good 20 to 30% of people who in that emotional buying state will often ask for a refund once they come back to their senses, because their buyer's remorse will be higher. So that means if you're selling a product in that range, your refund rate will be high. That means your customer service will be much more. So that's not the ideal strategy to build your business. Whereas I find that someone who's in the rational frame of mind, they're not gonna buy because they're not impulsive. They're not buying because they're feeling emotional in this moment. They're gonna do a lot of research. They're gonna feel a connection with you, and then they're going to buy. And these people are really good, because when they buy from you, they know what they're doing, and everything makes sense to them. That's why they're ready to invest big money in you. And once they invest big money in you, they will continue to do more, because once again, they're not doing this out of emotions. They're doing it out of logic. They're doing it out of rationality. They know what they're doing. And because that's the frame of mind they were in when they were making a purchase from you. And so once you understand this, you also understand you need to create different content for different audiences. So if I were to sell impulsive product, I'm going to create my content appealing to their emotions. Everything I create will have to appeal to their emotions. So let's just go back to the dating industry, for example. So if I'm selling it to guys, I'm going to create a sales page which will be like, use these 3 lines and get laid tonight. Let me show you how to take a woman home tonight. Let me give you the powers of a Superman, to go and, to have this ultimate confidence, get any woman in sack tonight. Because once again, what I'm doing is I'm giving them fast results, because right now they're in pain. They're looking for a quick results. And then they'll want something emotional. So I'm giving them also this emotional piece that you'll have the Superman power, you'll have something you can do tonight. and then I'm gonna post some images of like hot girls on the pages, So my content is really kind of a cheesy, corny, appealing to their emotions, getting their emotions to spike because I know they're going to make an emotional purchase. Now, if I go to the logical, the person who's in the logical frame of mind, if I just post photo of 3 girls in bikini, they're not gonna give me $5,000 because they saw 3 hot girls. The person who's in the emotional frame of mind might come there and say, oh yeah, I can get laid. Oh, there's the hot girl, there's the hot girl, there's a hot girl. Their emotions go up. They're like, yeah, shit, I should buy this and I should go through this because that's what they were looking for. And I've appealed to their emotions, I've spiked their emotions, so they're gonna buy it. The person who's in logical frame of mind is not emotional in this, it's not making an emotional choice, they're making a rational choice. So the copy for them has to be very logical. For people like this, you have to give them a nice demonstration. You have to show them behind the scene. You have to show them a lot of proof of how other people are working. So they need something exclusive. They need to see you as an expert. And this was one big thing that brought me a lot of money in my last business. People who will pay you a lot more money, they will pay you a lot more money for your expertise. They want to make sure you're a master at what you're offering. They want to make sure that what they get from you is going to be something luxury. It's going to be something that not everybody has. If they have it, they're gonna be the one who will be better than everybody else, whether it's because of your content, whether it's because they will possess something from you. But either way, whatever they get from you should make them exclusive in the eyes of other people, should give them an unfair advantage over other people. That's really what they're paying you for. So now when you create content, your content has to demonstrate that's what they're going to get. And one of the things also that I do, which really helps, this can apply to both emotional and people who are in the logical sense or rational frame of buying. What I do is I basically also identify the kind of people I want to work with, and I talk about them in all my content. So whether I'm writing a blog post or I'm creating a video, of course I will go into I'll choose the content, whether it has to be emotional or whether it has to be logical, depending on who my audience is or who I'm targeting in the moment. But then I'll also bring in the audience. So I'll go into the story and say something like, oh, last week I was training this guy and he got so-and-so result. Or last week I was training this guy and he was a CEO of a company. So whoever I wanted as my audience, I would literally talk about them to say, I had this person who was actually a CEO. So now what happens is when a CEO hears that, they feel like, oh shit, other CEOs are going to him, so then it's okay for me to go to him. And that's how I would draw my dream clients. That's how I would draw my ideal clients to me, by literally calling out to them saying, people like you come to me, and when they come to me, they get this kind of results. And now then the results or the whole explanation would depend on whether I just want an impulsive sale or if I want a rational sale. So if I want an impulsive sale, I can just go, yeah, there were like, this guy came to me before going on spring break and he got this book and he got success. Or, when I go into business, I want to send something rational. I'm like, yeah, the CEO came to me and he loved it because not only he got dating advice, he said he can use that and he can upgrade his level at work. He could actually, became a better leader. So whatever it is. So that's how I sell myself. And once you understand who you're trying to sell, what product you're trying to sell, how much, what the price point is, then you know what kind of person will buy. So if I'm selling something low end, I just go for the impulsive. If I'm selling high end, then I have to go and make something logical because I know that's who's going to buy it. And then I bring in the story of I identify the kind of client I want. So if I want a low end, I'm going to talk about who are these kind of people who are going to be buying that, and then bring in the stories of my clients who match the identities of my dream client in that segment. And if I want to sell in like high-end products, then I again bring in the stories of my clients. I would never reveal anybody's identity, but I would talk about the high-end clients who came and learned from me and now how they've gotten better. So the other people who are like that, who are in the similar bracket as them, will feel if they're doing it, I should do it too. And there's one more thing I just wanted to address. I don't want you to build your business purely after one or the other. So I've seen people who will hear this from me and they're like, okay, I'm only gonna send high-end products from now on. That's not how it works. You need to have both of them. See, here's another difference. People who buy and sell low-end products, right? These people are your biggest fans. They have a lot of time. Oftentimes they're young. Oftentimes these are also people, they're emotional, they're seeking for knowledge, they're seeking content. So they're participating in a lot of different forums, they're active on social media. These are your biggest fans. These are your biggest promoters. You need them because they are the ones who are going to be talking about you. They're going to be promoting you, talking about content they learn from you. So that brings you more traffic, that brings you more celebrity status. Versus the person who pays you a lot of money, they will pay you a lot of money. They'll keep paying you a lot of money, but they're not going to write on Facebook. They're not going to promote you. They're not going to go on forums and identify themselves as someone who has learned from you or who someone bought something from you, because just not who they are. They're on a different level in their life. They're in a different place, and they don't like to promote other people on social platforms like this. So you need both, because in the marketing level too, you need these people who are on the lower end, because they're going to promote you. And if you incorporate both of these, like if you focus and you create content separately, and you identify that who are your two segments, and you sell them, you will actually become popular, because you will have a lot of people promoting you, and then you will also have a lot of people who will pay you big money, so you will also become rich. And that's the right balance. And I didn't know this balance for the longest time. That's when I was really broke. I was literally like sleeping on airport floors, buying those pizzas, 3 deals, for $5.55, so I can feed myself for 3 days. That's where I was. And from there, now I'm living this luxury lifestyle only because I identified what to sell, who to sell, and how to sell. And I'm hoping after this episode, you will actually understand how to create content that sells, how to create content that brings you more traffic, makes you a celebrity, makes you a hero, and how to create content and market that puts a lot of money in your pocket. And once you have these two going, you'll be a millionaire in no time. Hope this helps. Take care.